Welcome back to Critical Flick. We are out traveling. We're seeing some of the more resorts that Disney offers that maybe we hadn't seen before. And we saw that a resort in Hilton Head Island in South Carolina, and that's close enough to us in Richmond, Virginia. So we figured we'd check out a one-bedroom villa. We actually have a stay at a studio tonight, so we're going to be heading over there later. We want to give you a view of this one before we leave this here, check out, and head over to that one. So one of the things that I really love about the one bedrooms here is that there's little details everywhere that really tells the story of the Hilton Head Resort. So if you take the Behind the Ears tour, which we took yesterday morning, I really recommend it. It's free and it's really informative. You get to learn about all the little things like, you have little Walt Disney signature carved in there. You have Mickey and Minnie carved in over here. There's just a lot of attention to detail that captures this 1940s fishing camp. And then over here, since it's a DVC resort, we have a washer and dryer, which we utilize. It's really helpful to have it here, have free ability to clean your clothes if you're staying for, 4 to 5 days. Heading into the main living area of the villa, you have, like you can see here, a wide open, spacious living room. Both this love seat and this couch pull out, so this room can definitely comfortably sleep 5 people between this, that, and the main bedroom. So if you're having like a bigger family or couples are coming together, there's definitely enough room. Like I said, the attention to detail is great. It just tells the story of like, you feel like you're at home, you're in the family in the low country, South Carolina, at a fishing camp. Also really love this lamp here. The little attention, like I said, the detail of the little birds and everything. It captures the nature of the area. That's something that we learned on the tour, is that this resort really wants to fill in with the nature around it. It doesn't want to feel like a theme park resort or something that's overly Disney. It wants to feel like it's part of this community. I think it definitely captures that. So one of the other things that I really personally enjoy is that since you have a TV here that actually has a Blu-ray player, which you're able to go to the Mercantile, which we'll probably show you that later. You can rent Blu-rays, but then the one thing I like is since you have a Blu-ray player, I can get into the inputs and I can put other devices to this TV, which I can't necessarily do at other Disney resorts. So I attached my Fire Stick, so I was able to watch all the things I'd watch at home, which I thought was great, especially for extended stay. There's also a little breakfast nook here, so you're not crammed in. You don't have to sit at like a little table like you would at some of the other resorts or eat off the coffee table. And one of the things that is cool about this resort is you get like a little agenda here of everything that's available while you're staying. It looks like it changes every month. So there's some cool activities. It shows you the little tours you could do, everything that's changing each day here. We actually went and found Olu Mel down by the pool, so that was fun. You get a little prize for finding him. And then also, while there is like not a ton of options for eating on the resort, there is a nice little quick service place called Tide Me Over. And you can see here, here's the menu. There's definitely a decent amount of stuff, not a ton of things. But we did learn from the tour that one of the things when Disney built this resort is that they weren't allowed to have a dine-in restaurant because they didn't want to take away from the local economy. So I thought that was kind of interesting, kind of makes up for what's happening there. Next here is the kitchen, and I was really surprised at how big this kitchen is, because every time I've stayed at other DVC resorts, we usually get studios, so you have like a little kitchenette. There's not a lot going on, but here you have a full-size dishwasher. You have all this nice counter space over here to prepare stuff. You have your sink, you have a full stove, oven, microwave, and all these cabinets are filled with everything you could need between pots, pans, cups, utensils, everything you can think of, wine glasses. And then over here, which is really awesome, is you have a full-size refrigerator. So you can bring sodas, water. If you want to make a meal, you can bring everything you need. Obviously, you have your coffee pot with your Joffrey's coffee, which is always good. We had the Peru one here this time and the normal artisan roast. You have your toaster. It's basically everything you need. It's just a little apartment, which is really awesome. And next, we'll go into the bathroom here. So you have a small stand-in shower. I thought it was a little smaller than it would be, but it's not too bad once you get inside of it. You have the locked off little shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, which, it is what it is. I like the big ones before, but, it's fine just to have something. You have your, sink here, your toilet. So you have your own little private space. And the one thing I liked a lot about this bathroom is that you can close this door, so off from the main living area, and you can also close this door, which can lock you off from the other section of the bathroom. So if someone's showering or have to use the restroom, you can have another place to get ready. So this is the second part to the bathroom over here. And you have a big, huge sink area. It is kind of weird they don't have double sinks here, but I guess the fact that you have this sink and the one in the other room kind of makes up for that. And then you have a closet, a lot of storage space throughout this whole room here. In the closet here, you can see you have your extra pillows, you have a vacuum, you have a steamer, you have the safe back there. So a ton of space for people to store things. We also have a jacuzzi tub, so that's pretty nice to utilize that after a long day if you want to hop in here. It has the jets and everything. It's pretty nice. And you have the little window that leads into the main bedroom. And as you can see here, there's like lots of artwork all throughout this whole room. So it doesn't feel like anything feels bare. It really gives you a pop of color everywhere. And it captures that, Hilton Head vibe that you want. Now we're going to head into the main bedroom. And it's really spacious. Honestly, this room is as big as some of the studios that we've stayed at other resorts. So it's nice to have this huge personal space here locked off from the main living room. You have a nice king-size bed here. And like you can see with the lamps, it's still capturing the nature look. You have the birds over the top of the headboard. So everything, like I said, it really integrates into the way that Hilton Head looks. You have this little love seat here, another lamp that looks like a tree. So everything, like I said, it really captures that. And then over here you have your little television that you can enjoy in your bedroom. And I thought it is cool how it has that Disney touch. So if you've been to a Disney resort in Walt Disney World, you've seen this screen before, but here you have the little Hilton Head at the bottom. It gives you the weather on the side. And I think it's kind of funny that it shows the park hours, even though you're almost 7 hours from the park here. But it's a nice little touch. You feel like you're at Disney. So now we'll head outside to the little private balcony that you have overlooking the marsh. We have a marsh view, so this is what you get. As you can look out here, it's really pretty. It's nice and serene. One of the things about this resort is that it's just so quiet and relaxing. We are coming in the off season. It's January 2022, so there's not a lot of people around, but it's still really nice. The weather is not horrible. It's not frigid cold. But as you can see, the nature around it really captures everything you've seen in the resort. You have a nice little picnic table here if you want to have your family out here, especially in the summertime. Nice breeze, nice shaded. And then you have some rocking chairs here overlooking the marsh. Now, as you can see here, you come into the other door into the main living room. So you can come in and out through two different sides. So, if you want to come out here in the morning and not disturb anyone, you can still do that. So all in all, this is a really nice resort we've loved staying at so far. We're really excited to go check out what a studio would look like. Obviously, it's going to be much smaller than this, but I'll be interested to see if the level of detail is the same. We're also going to go around the resort. We'll be seeing some other things that we'll show you in the video. So if you've been to Hilton Head before, or you're interested in coming to this resort, what do you think about it? What are you excited about? Are there any questions you have? Make sure you leave those in the details below, because we've done everything we can do here, basically. We're doing Mickey wreaths in a couple minutes. We've done tie-dye, we've done a ton, we've done s'mores, we've done everything we could possibly do while we're here on the resort. So if you have any questions, leave those down below, and we'll see you when we head over to the studio.
And as you can see around the resort, this was our building. There's a lot of cool signs around that help add to the whole vibe of the Hilton Head Resort in general. It's fun to spot them all around. They're on every building. There's also a lot of nature incorporated, like I said. So you see here there's a butterfly garden. They really did a good job of making sure to not disturb the local wildlife, and I think that's one of the things that makes the resort really special. There's a lot of activities to do. Right here you can see that there's horseshoes. There's tons of little picnic areas, little grills if families want to cook out or just have fun. There's hammocks everywhere, so I guess especially during the nicer times of year, it's nice to lay out and just enjoy the nature. Like I said, there's basketball here. There's just tons of activities to be done right on the little island that Disney has. You can see the huge live oak trees. We actually learned on the tour that this tree is incredibly old. It is the oldest tree on property. It's huge, sprawling out everywhere. You just got to take time to look at all the things here. Right across the street, there's a marina. There's also some restaurants and some things right off of the island that Disney has. A lot of people like to rent bikes around. You see bikes everywhere. We were going to rent bikes, but it got a little too cold while we were there, so we didn't get to do that. You see here there's a cart return, which is awesome if you want to take your luggage from your car and push it along. We did that a couple times. Makes it a lot easier. Another activity they have is a little putting green. There's things for everyone. Every part of the family has something to do here in the resort. There's just things everywhere. This is one of my favorite hidden Mickeys. See if you can spot it. We learned it on our tour, and once you see it, you can't not see it. But I think it's one of the most clever hidden Mickeys that I've ever seen. This is the playground. So, like I said, stuff for little kids, stuff for teenagers, adults. There's just things everywhere. And over here, we didn't know what this was at first, so we were walking over. We thought maybe it was a place where they did maybe shows or something like that, or they'd have people tell stories or do campfire stuff or something. But you'll see later that it ended up being something really cool. So now we're heading into the pool area. There is a spa. The pool is open every day at 9 a.m. I think it closes at 8 p.m. It is a heated pool, and we ended up getting in it. It was 50-something degrees outside, but the pool was heated to, I think, 80, 85. So it was really pleasant. The spa is obviously really nice to relax in. There's tons of seating. There's the big, huge water slide that we went down. That was a lot of fun. So it definitely is something you want to check out. And even if you come in the winter, you can get in the pool. It is heated, I think, especially in the evenings. That's when we were able to get in. Over here's the fire pit. This is where we had s'mores. This is the center area. I think it's called the Broad Creek area of the resort. Basically, everything's here. The mercantile, the pool, the place where you rent everything, the bikes, and the little pier that goes out onto the marsh. So here's the pier that goes out. You get a really nice view of all the surrounding marshland. And one of the cool little Disney touches is they have a sign that points to all the other DVC resorts. So you can see the Polynesian, you can see the Riviera, you can see Aulani. It points to all of them. And here's just a nice view of the surrounding nature. It was just really serene and peaceful while we were there. So it is just a great place to come relax. You can also fish off the end of the pier. You can rent fishing rods back at the mercantile. And like I said, there's all these little quirky little details, like this little airmail sign that was up above. You had bocce ball. We played that. We pretty much tried every little thing that was there. You see a checkers board there, more grills and picnic tables. There's just tons of space for people to do things outdoors and have fun. And like when we went, it wasn't busy at all, and the weather was nice enough that we could enjoy all the amenities. And there's fun, like little enclaves that go out. You see this little bridge that heads over to this nice relaxing area where there's a swing. There's just tons of little areas tucked away that you can enjoy nature and just enjoy the peaceful surroundings that are there. It's really laid back compared to your normal Disney resort. Even here you can see this beautiful tree overlooking the area where the sun sets. We were told multiple times by the cast members this is like their favorite spot on the little island. It's way in the back corner called the back circle. There's a couple cool hidden Mickeys back here too. And here we are. We were making our Mickey wreaths. This was, I believe, I think $37 or $38 a person to do it. Well, you pay per wreath. But you make a really cool wreath. They give you the burlap, the flowers, and I mean, I think it turned out really well, as you'll see in the picture soon. It's, I think it was worth the price. I mean, I think you would pay more than $36 for this on Etsy or something like that. So it was definitely a fun little activity. Right outside the mercantile, you have the eatery area, and they have these cool little tractor chairs that have little hidden Mickeys at the bottom of them. And there's Tide Me Over with its menu that you can have. It has breakfast and dinner. I think it closes at 5 p.m. though. So if you want a later dinner, at least when we were there, you'd have to go over onto the island. This is the mercantile. There's just tons of things that you need if you're just here for vacation, sunscreen. Of course, you have your cool Disney merch, so you get the cool mini ears that are here. You have some resort-specific stuff. You have some DVC merch like you see here, so you can get all your cool sweaters and button-down shirts and stuff for Disney Vacation Club. Lots of Spirit jerseys and lots of variety of stuff in the small little market. It is pretty small, but there's a lot of things that you can find in here. There's games for the family. There's cool Hilton Head specific merch. Like here you can see the mugs and the shirts. So there's definitely not a shortage if you want to get some Hilton Head merch specifically. And there's a lot of polos. A lot of it is a little higher end. There are a few t-shirts, but a lot of it you're looking at, $60, $70 for a really nice quality polo. But I think it's worth it. Some really good stuff here, and we actually ended up picking up a couple things while we were here. The little mug there is really cute. You have Shadow. Unfortunately, Shadow's not there anymore, but you still can get some merchandise with him on it. Lots of little toys and things for the kids. The things you'd expect to see at any Disney resort. There's a lot of Olu Mel stuff here, which is kind of cool because you don't see them a lot, especially on regular Disney property, unless you go all the way out to Aulani. So it was cool that they had that there. Here's some more of the Hilton Head specific merch. This is the DVC Hilton Head merch. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff if you're someone who likes collecting that kind of limited stuff. Lots of pins to see around here. There's pin trading that goes on. You'll see that shortly, but here's a cool little pin. Here's the DVDs that you can rent, and you can take them back. They're free, actually. I think you can take out 2 or 3 at a time, and you just bring them back and you get a new one. So it's a fun little added amenity that they have. Lots of little snacks, and then you have the drinks that are there. Even if you want alcohol, juice, milk, anything you need is going to be there. There's a pin board inside the mercantile and a mystery pin thing here, so we were able to do some pin trading while we were here at the resort. There's one here and also back in the lobby, which you'll see later. Outside, you have the board that tells you all the activities that are happening today. You have to sign up for a couple of them. So Mickey Reese, we had to sign up for. There's a couple different ones. And then here you can see where you fill up your resort mugs. So you can buy the resort mugs the same way that you could back at Disney World. We did visit Tide Me Over quite a few times, so we got breakfast there, dinner there, lunch there. Everything was really good, and the cast members were so pleasant. That was the one big takeaway we had when we were there. Even though they're always good, every Disney resort, they were just so nice. Everyone there was fantastic and helpful. Here's the little kids pool. It's cool because it has the little frogs shooting off into the pond, so it's kind of cute. There is a fitness center also here if you're someone who's into that. I probably should get back into that. But here is, there's a lot of activities to be done. There's some treadmills, elliptical, some weights. So definitely enough if you're someone who works out a fair amount to at least get a little bit of a sweat on. So as you can see here, this is where we were loading up our little supplies and heading over to our studio from our one bedroom. So like I said, it's nice to have these little carts to push around. Also, there's cornhole here. So as you can see, there is just tons of stuff to do on this little island. So it's awesome that you never have to leave. You can enjoy everything there. But one of the coolest things is that you can head over to the Disney Beach House. So this is the shuttle stop that runs continually all day, and it sends you right over there. It's Disney's private little beach house. All the beaches there are public, but the beach house itself is private. It's really nice. When we went there, a lot of the things were closed because it's off season and also because of COVID. But it was nice to be able to have your own little private space that you could head into and enjoy another really nice heated pool while overlooking the really pretty beach that's there in Hilton Head. There is a quick service place that's normally open back on the corner here. It wasn't open when we were there this time, but it was open last time, so I guess it depends on when you go and the seasonality. So it is nice, especially if you're coming to summer, you could get drinks there, something quick to eat. And here you go, you can walk out. This is Disney's private beach entry. You can go a different way if you're the public, but if you're coming from the beach house, you can head out. It is a sea turtle nesting area, so it's very protected. That's the reason why it's not open as late as some of the other beaches you may have been to, because they can't have the lights overlooking because it throws off the turtles. So it was nice that they really care about the nature around and they don't just build a huge resort because they can. Because one of the big themes you learned throughout this whole thing is that Disney was really about conservation when they built this resort, and it definitely reflects in the way that they've done their things. The beach was very serene. It's very pretty. It's a very clean beach. And inside here, you can see that this is kind of the clubhouse. So at the beach house, there is this small area where you can enjoy some amenities. I'm sure during the summer and non-COVID times, there's a lot more things to do there. While we were there, there weren't many people, but it was nice that they still had the option available for us. Now we're heading back to the main hotel here. So as you can see, there's the nice little Mickey Topi area that's out there to greet you when you show up to the Live Oak Lodge, which is where you would check in. Like I said, one of the cool things about this resort is all the little details. You can see here, the little handles look like Mickey. You have little hidden Mickeys throughout everywhere, but it still keeps with that Hilton Head, low country vibe that they're going for. The fishing lodge that was actually here before it became Disney's property. So it sticks back to that. You have the music that was playing in here that was, that old-timey, low country music that you'd expect. It really has a warm vibe to it. I really enjoyed every little area that I went on the resort. And as you can see, when we go over to the main part of the check-in area, there's also a pin board. Here's another little cool little hidden Mickey that's hidden up there on the signs that are all around the resort. There's also some nice lounging space. Like I said, little Disney touches everywhere, even though they stick with, the low country vibe. You have the live oaks everywhere. It's a big theme of it. Here's the check-in area. You have the old keys that were for the original lodge that used to be there. And here's the pin board that they have up front. They'll gladly show it to you, and you can trade all the pins that you want. And when you have a used pin, you'll see they put it, because of COVID, in a special little box so that people aren't touching the pins and putting them back. And they really try the best that they can in the current situation. And like I said, you can see out here, we discovered at night that this is where they do the movies under the stars on this big projector. So if you've ever been to a Disney resort, they're usually these little projectors that are out there on the lawns, but you have this big one overlooking the marsh. So that was really awesome to have that touch to it. And we got to meet Pluto. So if you get the chance to go, you got to meet Pluto. He's there. It's fun for the family, and it's just nice.
So
Disney
now
touch.
we are in our studio. What's it? Studio room, I guess it's called?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're in our studio room. We just checked in, so we haven't touched anything. We just walked in here, and the first thing you can see when you walk in is the little kitchenette. You can obviously see how much smaller this is compared to the one bedroom. You have your standard little mini fridge here, which is nice. Have that there. You have your microwave, your coffee maker, all that's the same. You have your sink and toaster. You still have, little things in here, little paper cups and stuff. The other one, you have like a full-on, everything in there. And then if you come over here, you still have some artwork that still captures the island, which is nice to have that theme continue. And here's the bathroom for the studio. As you can see, it's a little smaller. You have your toilet, your sink. Not a lot of sink space. Not a ton to sit things and get ready, but still nice. You have some artwork on the side, the fishing reels here. And then here's the shower. It's got the tub shower combo, so it's not just the walk-in shower. Again, the little locked-in shampoo and conditioner. So not too bad. Nice and bright in here, though. I like the color. All right. So now we'll head into the main room here. So I believe this is a queen bed. You get one queen bed. The couch also pulls out. It looks like that's probably about the size of a queen as well. So you can definitely sleep, 2 couples in here comfortably. Your television right here, and as you can see, they have the Blu-ray player, the same as they had in the other room. And then the remotes are always at the resort's always wrapped up, for sanitation purposes. So I like that little touch there. I like this lamp. It's pretty. It looks like it's made out of, the local nature, wildlife here. You have nice fishing boats. Little table here if you want to have something to eat. So it's nice to have little 2 chairs. The room actually is not too. There's no coffee table, which is, I'm used to there being kind of a coffee table in these rooms, but it makes it feel a little bit bigger. And obviously, if you're going to, pull the couch out, it's nice to not have that in the way. You have your little nightstand with there's a little USB hub. I don't know if I've seen these before. So there's a bunch of places to plug in stuff. You need to charge a bunch of things.
Go.
All right. So here's the outside balcony that comes with this room. Our view is kind of just of the resort. There's not really a ton going on here. You have a palm tree. It's nice to have a little table here. Last time that we've been here, the studio didn't have a table, so it's nice that there's one here. So this just looks out over the main area. The resort's really pretty, seeing the live oaks and the moss hanging off of them. You can also see this cool little sign over here that's right near the lobby. I like that one. It's got a little Mickey up there. I think I pointed it out earlier. So, like the other room, I think this is a really nice room. It's really well maintained. Everything looks nice. Disney does a good job keeping everything really clean. It's not as nice as the other room, but obviously it's half the price of that room. But if you're just one couple coming here, it definitely would work. If you're 2 couples, you're probably pushing it. If you're a big family, there's just no way. But definitely a nice, relaxing room to have. The view's okay. You can get a better view. I know before we've had a view of the marsh the last time that we were here. So it's pretty nice. I think we'll enjoy this, and I'm excited to be staying here.